So, hello. It is I, L7. Today what I'm going to talk about is my experience in beauty school. And when I say beauty school, I mean I am a licensed esthetician. I'm not a cosmetologist. I do not do hair. All of my friends, all of my family, everyone watching, I don't do hair. I don't do hair. I do not do hair. I don't do hair. So first off, I'm a licensed esthetician, so that means I focus on your skin. So like facials, waxing, makeup, ingrown hairs, acne, oily skin, things like that. Just anything to do with your skin, I am licensed in. I might not know much, but I'm licensed. Let me start off by saying this. My experience in beauty school, it was fucking awful. My experience in beauty school was awful. The whole time I was in beauty school, I was very sad. I was very depressed. All I did was work and go to school. That's all I did. I had no time for social life. I made some friends in beauty school, but I don't know. I was very sad when I was in beauty school because all I did was go to school and work. And I lived in Lexington alone with my cat. And the reason why I lived in Lexington alone with my cat is because I come from such a small, rinky-dink little town that I had to go to a bigger city in order to go to beauty school. So that's what I did. I went to Lexington and I spent 10 months there getting my SD license. And let me tell you what, the teachers in this school don't give a shit. The teachers in any school don't give a shit about you. They do not care. They're only there for the paycheck. The people in this school are only there for the paycheck. And I know that's sad to hear. I know that's heartbreaking to hear. But that's how that was my experience in SD school. Once we got there, all right, so my first day, my orientation, they gave us a name tag, and mine said my name on it, of course, and everybody else had a name tag. And they also gave us aprons, a clear bag that we have to keep our stuff in, and we have a very strict dress code. It's all black all the time. You have any color, any like bedazzle, no. It has to be all black all the time. So that was our dress code while we were in SD school, and I don't know what the hell the teachers' problems were. I guess the SD program was so new to the scene that the school had started accepting students for this program, but they didn't have a teacher for it. So it was like the head administrator, let's say his name was Mandy. The head administrator, Mandy, he like taught the SD class, and he came in. Let me clear the picture for you guys. When you're in SD school, or when you're in cosmetology school, beauty school, anything like that, you have to put in so many hours, and you only have like X amount of time to put in these hours. And once you are over that time, you have to pay to have more hours once you're like exceeded your graduation date or whatever. So, while I was in this school, every single day that I had to go to school 5 days out of the week, 7 days a week. Me and my SD friends, we would just sit in this classroom, and because there wasn't a teacher to teach us, the head administrator, Mandy, gave us like what did he give us? he gave us, like, he would write stuff on the board, and then he would give us a book and a workbook and say, do chapter 11, and then he would leave for the whole day. And let me remind you, me and these girls and I would sit in this classroom for 7+ hours a day with just like chapter 11 to do. Like, we would sit in this classroom all day, bored as all hell, just sitting in this classroom trying to like keep ourselves from going insane, because we were sitting in this classroom for 7 hours every day with nobody teaching us, nobody trying to give us information, nobody trying to like help us out. All it was is this man would come in and he would teach the class for maybe like 1 or 2 hours, and then he would leave and be like, all right, for the next 5 hours, do this one chapter. Like, oh my God, are you kidding me? This school was such a shithole. This school was so bad that I don't even want to like upload this video, because I feel like I'm talking such bad shit about it. But I mean, it is what it is. It's how it is. We did have a couple teachers that truly cared about the students, that like truly wanted to help. And when I say a couple, I mean like we had 2 teachers that truly cared about the students and truly wanted to help. We had, I'm just going to say Miss A, because she was my favorite teacher, and I hope you're watching this, Miss A, because I miss you. I hope I get to see you again one day in my life. You were awesome. Thank you for teaching us everything and just being like the shit. And then we had a couple other teachers that were like very much in the beauty community realm, like very like gossipy, very like just like very catty. It was all very catty. Like, the thing I learned the most in beauty school is that bitches be bitches. That is the thing I learned the most. So we had this one teacher, and she very much chose favorites. I'm going to call her Miss J. Miss J chose favorites. Like, if she didn't like you, she wasn't going to teach you, she wasn't going to give you any of her time, she just simply like didn't want anything to do with you. And then we only had the 3 teachers, and one of them was an administrator, and the other one was a cosmetologist, so she didn't even really know about Esty. And then the other one, she was a cosmetologist too, but she was trying her hardest. She was actually trying to teach us. So I appreciate Miss A. She is the only real person in that school. And let me tell you what, there's more. Once I had gotten like out onto the floor and noticed that like we weren't doing shit. Like, all we were doing was just like going out and sitting on the floor. We weren't like giving facials. We weren't practicing extractions. We weren't practicing waxing. We weren't doing anything. All we were doing was like sitting there and waiting for somebody to give us direction. And if you know me at all, I am not somebody who's just going to sit there and wait for direction. Like, I'm going to take action. I'm just going to go ahead and start doing whatever the hell I need to do. So that's what I did. Well, everybody else was like sitting and chilling and playing on their phones. Now, don't get me wrong, I was also sitting and chilling and playing on my phone and like messing with my friends and like doing like not schoolwork, but there were only a select handful of people like myself who are like go-getters, who really wanted it, who was like there, like, I'm here, I'm spending my money, I'm spending my time, I'm getting my education's worth. Even though I'm not getting an education's worth, I'm gonna try to make my own education worth it. Like, I'm gonna try to teach myself. And that's what I did while I was in SD school. Everything I learned, everything I know, everything about skin that I know, I taught myself, because I did not have a teacher there to teach me. I didn't have anybody like coaxing me and helping me through it. It was just like, okay, Miss L7, here's your notebooks and here's your stuff, here's your mannequin. And then on my mannequin, nobody else would practice facials on their mannequin. Like, we spent, I don't know, about $200 on this like school set that we needed in order to perform all these services, and then we didn't even use the kit, or I used the kit, but a lot of the other girls didn't even like once touch their kit, because we had a kit closet that nobody ever went in because the teacher said, you don't have clients, you don't need your kit. Like, we need to practice. So I don't know. My whole experience was with SD school was just complete shit. Like, I don't know how else to tell you this, but if you think you're gonna go into beauty school, SD school, cosmetology, nail tech, anything in that realm at all, if you want to know and learn about that kind of stuff, like, I'm just sorry, buddy, you're gonna have to teach yourself. Like, you're gonna have to pay for the education, you're gonna have to pay for the books, you're gonna have to fight with the teachers, you're gonna have to work for it. If you want this, you're gonna have to work for it. And that's what I did. Sometimes I worked super duper hard, but then sometimes I kind of was just like, what's the point? Like, I'm here all day. I'm depressed. I'm depressed. All I do is go to work and go to school. I go to work so I can live here in Lexington alone by myself, so I can go to school, and my school is shit. My school, it was cold in there in the winter. Oh my God, in the winter, it was so freaking cold in this school that every single person, every single girl or guy or whoever was in the school, all the students had like heavy coats on in the winter because they just simply wouldn't turn the heat on because they were so cheap. They just didn't want the students to survive, I guess. I don't know. Throughout the winter, all the students had heavy coats on, and at one point during like the winter, the teachers, the administrator came out and said, you guys can no longer wear your coats, it's unprofessional, blah, blah, blah. Like, excuse me, it's unprofessional that it's freaking 40 degrees in this building. My experience with SD school was not good, let me tell you what. And then I had this one administrator, Mandy, and let me tell you what this man did. Let me tell you what this man did to me. Alright, so like I said, I am a person that takes charge, even if I don't want to. I will set on the back burner until like the last possible second, and then I will take charge, because I honestly don't want to help. Like, I don't care. I don't want to help. I'm there for myself. Like, I am there to improve myself. I don't really care about the future students or the past students or whatever. I'm here for myself. So when I finally got onto the floor, I was just like noticing like how, like, I already knew how shitty the school was, but I was like even more noticing like how much shit we didn't do. So what I did, a person of authority, or whatever the hell I am to these people, I wrote like a big, long, 3 or 4 page back-to-back letter, and I sent it to state board, and it was basically saying like everything that was wrong with the school. It was like, it's cold in here, they don't teach us, we don't have a instructor at all, it's unsanitary, like the way the wax pots were, and like everything in there was just unsanitary because they didn't watch the students, because they didn't care about the SD program. So they just simply didn't care, so they wouldn't, I don't know. But it was cold in there. The seats that we were at, like, they had salon chairs at desk seats, and they were metal desks, so these desks, since they were metal, they would like cut and like stab into your leg. And I don't know, I put that in the letter that I wrote, that like the seating was ergonomically incorrect and like that, just like every single thing that was wrong with this school. Because let me remind you, I was there for 7 hours every day. I had time to type up everything that was wrong with this school, and that's exactly what I did. I had the longest thing ever about all the things that's wrong with this school and about how shitty the teachers are and about how awful this army was to me. And then I completely kept the letter anonymous, but I had other people sign it. I had everybody in the SD program sign this letter just to show like how that everybody else was on my side, that I wasn't the only person thinking like this, that I wasn't the only person who thought like this. So I had everybody in my class sign it, which was like, I don't know, 15 people. And then I went over to the Cosmo section and I had them sign it. And I went over to the nail section and I had them sign it. But I didn't ask anybody in the classrooms to sign it. And I guess that caused like an uproar, but I didn't know anybody in the classrooms. So, sorry people in the classrooms. So once I had everybody signed it, what I did is I printed 3 copies, one for myself, one for the state board, like cosmetology state board, and then one for my administrator. And I printed out them, and I kept the one for myself, and then I mailed the one to state board, and then I mailed the one to my administrator. But let me tell you what, I messed up, because when I mailed it, I didn't mail it anonymous. I put my name on it, so that put a target on my back. That put a target on me. So now Mandy hated me. My administrator, Mandy, wanted to see me fail. He wanted to see me crumble because I just wanted what was best for like myself and my friends, and like I just wanted the school to be better. That's all I wanted. All I wanted was to actually learn. All I wanted was to get my money's worth. Like, I don't know. I thought about suing the school to get some money back because I didn't learn anything. Like, I didn't get my money's worth. But I just didn't even bother with it because I grinded my butt and I studied really super hard so I could pass my practical and my written test. So I could pass my 2 tests. And then I did pass them. And then after that, I was like, I don't even like want any more to do with this school. Like, this school has drained me so much that I don't even want to try to fight anymore. Like, now that I'm out, now that I'm gone, I don't want anything to do with this school at all. And I don't know. The school was just awful. And then the owner of the school, not the administrator, but the owner of the school, after I had mailed this letter, they called me into their office and was like talking to me and was like, those are some pretty serious accusations you've made, blah, 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 stuff like that. But yes, they're serious. That's why I wrote them down and sent them to you, because they need to be fixed. I don't know. This whole school, this whole experience was just shitty. This whole experience was awful because all I did was work. I've already said this. All I did was work, go to school, spend time with my cat. That's all I did. And every Tuesday, me and my SD friends would because we got off early on Wednesdays at school because it was like our morning days, or Tuesdays is when we would all go to my apartment and get turned. And that was like the highlight of my life. Thank you to the girls that were my friends in SD school. Because if I didn't have you all, I would be very sad. I would have been very, very, very sad during that time. So thank you to you ladies for sticking around and being there for me. And we really need to hang out sometime. We need to have a lake day. But yeah, after that, after I had confronted Mandy and the owner of the school and all that stuff about everything that was going wrong, then there was a target on my back, and they just simply didn't want to see me succeed. So anytime I would raise my hand and ask questions, I always got like that, or I always got a smart ass response. Like, I never got an answer to the question that I was asking. I always got like a smart ass response. And then one day we were all sitting in class and, no, we were not sitting in class. We were sitting in what we call celebration, which is like everybody, Nail Tech, Esty, and Cosmo, we all go into this one room and we just celebrate like what other people had accomplished, which really isn't anything because we weren't accomplishing anything in this school except for wasting time and money. So once we got to celebration, I raised my hand and asked a question and was like, when will state board do something, blah, blah, blah. And Mandy looked at me and said, I don't know, why don't you write them a letter? Like, ooh, bitch. I just simply gathered up all my shit and walked out. I gathered up all my fucking shit and I left and I went outside like to the lunch area. I didn't clock out and I didn't leave because I wanted my hours, because I knew if I didn't get my hours then I would just have to spend more time at this school. So I stayed at this school, furious, my heart racing, blood thumping, like, ooh, I don't know. I was very mad. And then like 4 girls followed me and this one girl came out and she doesn't even smoke cigarettes. And she was like, I'm smoking this cigarette because I'm mad for you. Blah, blah, blah. That was so disrespectful. He's such an ass. Da, 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 da. And like, yes, if you go to beauty school, it is full of catty ass women and men. So be prepared for this. And I am one of, like, I am very, very dramatic. I am dramatic. But towards other people and like towards situations, I want to sit on the back burner. I want to watch it all go up in flames. I don't want to help. But since I was in this circumstance, I had to help. And then I just got set on fire and got ignited. So after I had tried to help to make a difference, and it obviously, like state board, the letter that I sent to state board simply didn't care. Like, they came and showed up to the school at a day that I wasn't there, and then that's all they did. They showed up one day when I wasn't there because I like skipped that day because I was like so sad or depressed or whatever and I didn't want to go that day. So I skipped that day, and then that's all state board did. They only showed up that one day and they were trying to like ask questions to students and stuff like that. And I don't think anything got done. I don't think state board cares. I don't think the teachers care. I don't think anybody cares because nothing got done. So, I don't know. That was my experience in SD school or in beauty school. It was very bad. Like, if I would have been in SD school for any longer than 10 months, I probably would have like became, I don't know, I would have became very, 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 very sad. I was already very, very sad, but nah, I don't know. And the only reason why I went to SD school, I really didn't want to be an esthetician. My dad just told me I needed to pick something and do something with my life. So I picked SD because I knew it was like in and out. I knew I could get in and out of the school within 10 months if I really applied myself, and that's what I did. I really applied myself to get it done, to make my dad happy and to make my family happy. So I would be licensed in something and have like a career. So I don't know. I'm sure I have a couple more things to say, to note, to talk about on this subject, on this situation, but I don't know. I'll leave them down below if I can think of any horrific things these people did. Oh, let me tell you something else. Never mind. This place was just a shit show. Do not go to beauty school unless you're willing to work for it, unless you're willing to put in the hours and to basically do it yourself. So, I don't know. With hair, I'm sure they probably could have Oh, here's another thing they did. Me, I'm an esthetician. They would set me in hair classes. They would set me in blow dry classes and try to teach me how to blow dry hair. And then get mad when like we would get up and leave or like wouldn't pay attention or would look at our phones and not pay attention to the blow drying classes. Like, girl, we are not blow drying hair. We don't do hair. We don't do hair. Estheticians do not do hair. But I don't know. They would try to sit the nail techs and the Esties in cosmetology classes because that's all they had. They only had cosmetology speakers come in and speak. And they would be like, we're having a speaker come in, blah, blah, blah. Please be respectful. No, stuff like that. But why are you sitting us in classes that don't pertain to us? Why are you teaching me how to curl hair? I don't need to know how to curl hair. I cut off all my hair. I don't need to know how to curl hair. Oh my God, I'm so angry. I'm like reliving this. My heart's thumping. I hate this school. Why did I go here? But I don't know. I'm just going to leave it at that. I hope if anybody else goes to beauty school or is in beauty school or has gone to beauty school, I hope your experience was better than mine. I hope your experience was good, because mine was not. And the owner of the school, the owner itself, was never at the school, ever, except for after when I sent that letter in. That the owner of the school was never there except for after when I sent that letter in. And I guess because it caused a little bit of an uproar, and then she started to act like she cared, but she still didn't care. She still didn't like really do much. She would just come there and talk to the students and try to calm them down. She really didn't do anything to fix it. So, I don't know. And the school would also like spend a lot of money to have like these events and have these people come in and talk to us, but they wouldn't spend money on like products and things we needed. Like, I don't know, the Cosmo needed shampoo, hair color. We needed face wash, extraction tools. I don't know. The school just didn't spend their money how they needed to. So, I don't know. It was just a shit show. I just want to express how much of a shit show it was, because I haven't really told many people about this because I don't know, I guess I'm kind of a secretive person. I don't mean to be, but I'm a Scorpio, so I'm kind of secretive, but once I start talking, I don't shut up, so there's that. I want to say right now, before I say goodbye, is if you want to go to beauty school, do your research and ask around. Ask around where the best school is, and if it costs more and you're willing to pay it, do it. Because I don't feel like I got my knowledge worth. Like, I don't feel like I know 10 grand worth of stuff. I don't feel like I know anything. I don't feel like I learned anything from the teachers. Like, everything I learned was from myself. No, I take that back. Miss A did teach us. She taught us how to wax, and she taught us how to, like, extract. Miss A taught us a lot. I take that back. I did learn a little bit from Miss A, but for the most part, not really. But thank you for watching. Yeah, if you want to watch any of my other videos, please do. I have lots coming, and more to be. So, yeah. Have a good day, guys. But thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching this whole video. I truly do. Please like and subscribe to help your girl out. Please leave a comment. Tell me about your experience in beauty school or what you think beauty school would be like.